Hi everyone, welcome back to Noble Book Review, a program where we talk all about the books without the bull. And this is the Halloween edition. In line with today's theme, I have three books that I want to share with you, and all three are super scary. Now let's look at the first one. The first book that I want to talk about is The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. Now this was first published in 1898. The first time I heard of Henry James was actually through an episode of CSI. Grissom, the character in the program, quoted Henry James, "Be kind, be kind, be kind." Yeah. Be kind. The story begins with a guest narrating a story at a Christmas Eve party. Seems harmless enough. The story is based on a journal that was kept by a governess who was put in charge of two children, Miles and Flora. And then the story from then on shifts to the point of view of the governess, about what she was going through, what she was feeling, and all the creepy things that was happening around the household. Now, Flora, one of the girl child that she was taking care of, is sweet and charming, and so the governess was very much enchanted by her. Now, Miles, on the other hand, initially he was actually away studying, but he got expelled, like boys sometimes do, and then he joined them later on. Now, the reason why he got expelled is not revealed immediately, and so when the boy returns back to join his sister, a lot of strange things start happening around the house, and the governess spots a gentleman and a lady in the grounds of the house, and these ghosts of governess past and so on. Well, it's not just as simple as that. I think, writing the horror genre it's really very, very difficult, because, having to rely on mere words to be enough to scare someone, I'll say that takes a lot. And fortunately for us, I actually met an author who writes horror stories, and then more on that later on.
This book is such a gem because of its many layers. Much have been discussed about the characters and their motives and the theme that ranges from evil to insanity. I suggest you curl up with a copy and decide for yourself.
Second book that I want to talk to you about is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, first released in 1959. This story is still considered by many, including myself, as one of the best horror stories ever. Now, Hill House is an old mansion that was built by Hugh Crane ages ago, before a certain Dr. Montague, who has an interest in the supernatural, decided to rent the place to further his investigation. He invited three other people to join him. There is Eleanor, who is a little shy, and I also feel kind of bitter because she has spent a good part of her life taking care of her ailing mom. There is Theodora, who's a little bit of a colorful character, a little bit more flamboyant, who's an artist. And finally, there is Luke, who is the young heir to the Hill House. Now, I do think that Eleanor and Theodora have a love-hate relationship, because I feel Theodora likes to tease Eleanor, and Eleanor, while resents it sometimes, also feels that she needs to be with Theodora, because she's a much stronger character. The two caretakers, Mr. and Mrs. Dudley, insist that they do not spend the night at their place, and they leave. They lock up and leave. Now, I'm telling you, if someone looks after the house, and they've been doing that for many years, and they don't stay there, I say you shouldn't either. I mean, seriously, if you guys have seen Eddie Murphy's Delirious about haunted houses, you'd know. If the house tells you to get out, you leave. Don't invite your friends over. Leave.
In 1963, the movie The Haunting was based on this very book. There was a remake of this in 1999, but believe me, the black and white version is much better. Because it's not what you see that scares you, it's what you don't.
The third book that I want to talk to you about is a book written by a young Singaporean author by the name of Raymus Chang. This book is called Shadows from Here, Tales of Terror. Shadows from Here is a collection of scary stories, and when I say that they are scary, I mean that they are scary. When I was reading this alone at home, one night I got so scared I had to put the book down, and suffice to say, I finished reading the entire book in broad daylight. There are 8 stories in this collection, and my favorite one is Remember Me, which is about a dead soldier who just wants to be remembered. I reached out to Raymus Chang and he was so kind to actually make time for me, and I did a short interview, and here's how it went.
Hey, good day guys, my name is Raymus. I'm a horror author. I wrote Shadows from Here. It's a ghost story book set in Singapore and Southeast Asia. I'm very easygoing, I'm very simple-minded, even though my books don't sound that way. Right now I'm reading, I don't read one book, I usually read a few books at a time. So I'm going to just say I'm reading 4 books right now. Flannery O'Connor, here and there. Good Man's Hard to Find mainly. I'm reading Greener Pastures by Michael Wehunt, a new voice in weird fiction. I'm reading Fly Girl, which is chick lit. Yeah, I know, sorry, chick lit by Terry Omar. And I'm going through the plays and prose works and poems of Yeats, William Butler Yeats, which I absolutely love, but took a long time to finally get into to dig in, because I think some authors really just need you to digest, dig in. And right now I'm working on like 3 things at the same time, because they're kind of short stories, but I only get the juice for each one when it comes. So there is like Ill Intent, which is cleaning up right now. It's mostly finished, but it's cleaning up. That's non-supernatural horror, which is very different from the first book, which is antiquarian ghost horror. I mean, I got feedback that I underestimated readers for the first book, so I'm going to push it a little bit more and challenge you guys. See how it goes. The second collection is horror again, but it's going to be a bit more low, more tied down to real life, almost non-fictional, but fictional, because everybody's asking me like, hey, Shadows from Here, is it real? Is it real? I'm like, it's based off real things, but I want to tell a good story. So I found a middle ground to bridge these two things together. So I can't wait for that. So, yeah, it's a novella length book, but secret, top secret, So hopefully it's in time for something coming out. But Ill Intent, the first one I talk about, is coming out soon. I mean, I hope it comes out soon because it's kind of finished and cleaning up. And it scares me too, more than the first one, because it's more personal. And I hope you come to enjoy it one day. Reading is very important because the imagination is a muscle. Like you go to the gym to train your muscles, right? Your creativity has to improve because a lot of rich people read, they read fiction, non-fiction, all sorts of things, classics, because when you can imagine, you get vision. Vision gives direction. You can lead companies, you can lead people, you can know what you want to do in future. And there's a lot of correlation down there. So don't think reading non-fiction and self-help will always help you. They do, but what fiction authors do is just take stuff that's good for you and put it into metaphor, incident, image, which is so much more enjoyable. So just get the heck out there and read fiction. And choose the good ones. There's a lot of bad things out there. Have fun.
That was Raymus Chang, a young and talented author. Thank you so much, Raymus, for making time to be on our show, and we wish you the very best of luck with your writing career.
Shadows from Here is available at all good bookstores, or you can order a copy online. Guys, please support your local writers wherever you are.
That's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to click like, share and subscribe. Tell everybody about this channel. My name is June and I gotta zoom because my broomstick is double parked downstairs. Until I see you again, remember to keep reading, keep learning, because that's how you're gonna keep improving. Be better, noble. One more thing, I've got a really special episode coming up next time, so stay tuned.
This is behind the scenes. We're actually preparing for an interview for a very special guest. Here's a clue. We are at Yayasan Kepimpinan Perdana in Putrajaya, Malaysia.